Cheers, everyone. Welcome to another beer review, and we have got a slightly special beer in this one. We got an official beer for the Peaky Blinders TV series. If any of you have watched it, I've watched most episodes. Big fan of the series. Fantastic. In fact, it's one of the best series I've seen for a long time on TV. And Thornbridge have brewed a beer, and this beer is an Indian Pale Ale, and it is the official beer of the TV series, and it is a bottle of their Shelby, clocking in at 5% ABV. There's the backside. I shall read to you the backside. Now, I'm very surprised that actually it's Thornbridge who have brewed this beer. If there ever was going to be an official beer of a TV series like Peaky Blinders, I would have thought it would be Sadler's, because Sadler's Brewery actually calls some of their beers Peaky Blinders. So that it's Thornbridge, I would never have guessed it would be them who would be doing this. I shall read the back. It says, the official beer of Peaky Blinders, the TV series. Shelby is an Indian Pale Ale inspired by the style of beer consumed in 1919 at the time of the Peaky Blinders. We have created the kind of IPA that might have been found behind the bar at the Garrison Tavern in Small Heath, Birmingham. Shelby pours a golden amber in colour with a nose of stone fruit. I'm not going to go into anything like that. It says it's by order of the Shelby Company Limited. So there you go. Let's crack it open. So this is maybe an old recipe. Is this a recipe of an IPA which Thornbridge think that people consumed back in the time? Not too sure. There's Thornbridge Crown. Let's get the nose. And again, there's not much coming from the neck. It's like you pick up the hint of maltness there, but nothing much else. So let's pour this out. So yeah, just so surprised it's Thornbridge doing the official beer of Peaky Blinders. But it is a fantastic series. It really is. If you've never ever seen Peaky Blinders, I think it was on Netflix, the whole series. I remember seeing it. Have a look. If you got Netflix, have a scroll through it. I think it'll be on that. Beer in a glass. Yeah. Golden. Very clear. Slow carbonation going up. The aroma. Still not a lot. You get a hint of maltness, but not any of the IP notes I was expecting. There's nothing. Maybe a hint of stone fruit, but not much. I'm going to go in. Cheers. Very harsh bitterness descends into a bed of malt for me. You don't really get the fruit notes. You do get the essence of a heavily hopped beer, because after all, IPA, Indian Pale Ale, is a beer style for colonial times, back in the old days. You know, they had to kind of like hop a beer up to a point that it would survive the journey from England to India. So that's where the IPA comes from. And I can see, tasting this, I can see where Thornbridge are coming from with this. It's bitter, yeah. It feels hoppy, yeah. Is there big fruit notes? No. It just feels like a beer ramped up to survive a journey to me. So it does feel something from. It does. It's doing what they wanted it to do. It's kind of like transporting me back in time to a more simpler life, a life without adjuncts, a life where beer was more of a simple form. And this is what this beer is doing. Do I like this beer? Yeah, I do to a degree because it is different. It is different to a lot of IPAs I've had, because it does feel like an old recipe. It does feel like an old beer. It feels like these bottles could be stacked up behind the bar, and there's a big shootout in the bar, and someone boom, and you can see all these bottles smashing and everything. So like the Wild West, in a way. No, all in all, I mean, the beer reflects of what the TV series was portraying, the time of the time that was kind of like portrayed in the TV series. This beer is doing it. It's doing it. It's reflecting of what that beer would be like back in the time of Peaky Blinders, and it's doing it. So all in all, I have to say, I like this beer. It's interesting. I know where Thornbridge are coming from with it. Not many people will get it. A casual shopper might not get it, but for me, I think this beer is okay for what it is. So, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching this one. As ever, please subscribe. Murder me in the comments. Go on Netflix. Watch Peaky Blinders if you haven't watched it. It's a cracking series. And I shall see all of you on my next one. So cheers, everyone.